How are you guys doing today? Today I'm very excited. I have a great one for you today. Today I want to talk about the 5 C's that are needed for credit repair. If that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned. My name is Jermaine McNeil. I am the owner of Clear and Strategic. I'm also the proprietor of Credit Complete Pro and Debt Negotiator Pro. This is my step-by-step program teaching you how to clean your credit from start to finish, get rid of collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, and much more. And guess what? This is absolutely for free. All I ask you to pay for is credit monitoring using my credit monitoring link, and you join my free private community. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to look down in the description for that information. So let's go, man. I'm excited about this. The 5 C's for credit. Before I go into this, I have to give credit where credit is due. There's a guy by the name of Brandon Bouchard, very popular guy. I listen to his podcast at least once a week, and this is where this was inspired from. The 5 C's originally were about gaining momentum, but I took those 5 C's and converted them and seen how we can use those 5 C's with regards to credit, right? I am you guys' credit hero. I want to give you as much information that you can get to help you on your credit journey. So let's get right into it. The first C that you're going to need with regards to cleaning up your credit is clarity, right? And I'm going to give you the definition. I'm actually going to read the definition. Clarity is about grasping the meaning of something fully and accurately. So how does this tie into credit repair or fixing your credit? Whether you're doing it on your own or you're hiring someone else. Before actually doing that, you have to be clear on what it is that you're trying to do with regards to cleaning up your credit. It's very important to understand where you're at in your situation, right? Having that clarity. Knowing where your credit scores are. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten people on the phone and I'll ask what's on their credit report and they'll say, maybe 2 or maybe 3 accounts. May have a couple of late payments. They have no idea what's actually on the credit report. If you're truly trying to clean up your credit, you're gonna have to pay for credit monitor. So find a credit monitoring service. I'm a big advocate of smart credit, but you don't have to use smart credit, but you're gonna have to get some type of credit monitoring service so you can be clear of what's actually on your credit report, understanding the credit scores, knowing what's a good credit score, what's a bad credit score. But more importantly than the credit score is understanding your credit profile. I can't tell you how many times I've come across people who have the credit score but get declined for credit cards because their credit profile is not beefed up enough to help them out. And then you have to be able to identify the areas that you need improvement on. Everybody's situation is different when it comes to their credit. Obviously, and as a general thumb, you either have a bad credit score or you have a good credit score. But building that credit score up for everybody, everyone's situation, everyone's circumstance is gonna be different. And so it's very important to understand that. The most important thing that I even struggled with was understanding what the end goal is. Whether it's you wanna get new credit cards, you want to get a brand new car, you want to get a brand new house, you want to get lines of credit, maybe you want to start building business credit. Understand and know what your end goal is. And when you do get the available credit, one of the biggest mistakes that I had, and I'm going to be doing a video, so you guys stay tuned with regards to that, is getting a bunch of credit cards, right? Having a bunch of credit cards, applying just because my credit was good for it. I remember my wife asking me, Jermaine, what are you going to do with all this credit? And I had no plan with it. And not having a plan, when you clean your credit, it's not over. Once you clean the credit, now you got good credit, it's not over. You got to have a plan after that. Otherwise, you can get in big trouble like I did. The second C you're going to need is confidence. Now, let me read the definition of that. A belief in oneself and one's ability, encompassing trust in one's skill and strength to handle challenges. So how is that gonna relate to credit repair? Having confidence is very, very key. When I've cleaned up my credit on my own the second time around, the first time around, I always tell people I had the story. It was very simple. I had like 5 negative accounts. They were all medical bills. I disputed the accounts online, which is a big no-no. But this is probably about 12 years ago. And I said no knowledge of the debt. For whatever reason, all 5 of those accounts came off of my credit report. So in my mind, at that time span, I thought, okay, this is going to be easy. The second time around when I had to clean up my credit, again, because I didn't learn my lesson the first time and I didn't learn my lesson the second time, and now I'm going to be learning it again, but we'll get to that later. The second time around, it took a lot longer, right, with regards to the disputes. What the credit bureaus want you to do is to lose confidence. You have to have confidence. When you send out that dispute and it comes back as verified, a lot of times people just give up. This is not a sprint. Most of the times when people come and asking about credit repair, the first question they ask is, how long is this gonna take? And ultimately, I understand that question, right? You wanna have an ETA with regards to how long it's gonna take to actually fix your credit, but no one can guarantee you a time. Some people, it happens fast, like it did my first time around. Some other people's, it takes a lot longer, but ultimately, you gotta have the confidence with regards to cleaning up your credit. The third C you're gonna need is competence. Now let me read the definition of that. The quality or state of having sufficient knowledge, judgment, skill, or strength. So with confidence, you gotta believe you can do it. Competence comes after, because you have to first believe that you can repair your credit. Now, whether you're scouring through YouTube, looking on social media, TikTok, trying to find information with regards to that, through trial and error, you're gonna have success and you're gonna have failures, right? The competence comes in when, after you learn from the failures with regards to repairing your credit, now you have the knowledge of what to do and how to handle your credit here. Having the competence. Now you have a program or some set structure with regards to cleaning up your credit. Some of the skills that you're gonna need with regards to having the competence with regards to cleaning up your credit is budgeting. I can't tell you how much I talk about budgeting. Budgeting is your foundation. I don't care if you are cleaning up your credit or you got millions of dollars. You have to have a budget. You have to understand how much money's coming in and how much money's going out. Then you have to understand interest rates, right? A lot of times, a lot of people, countless people, I get them credit cards with 0 interest for the first year. And a lot of times what happens is people charge up the credit cards, right? And you have a year to pay it off. If you don't have a plan with regards to paying that balance off within that year time span, most of these 0 introductory credit cards, once that time span passes, the interest rates go high. And so what ends up happening is, if you don't pay that balance to a 0 balance, then you're gonna have to deal with interest right at that time span. And another thing with competence is managing your debt. Understanding what debt that you have. My biggest motto is use your credit cards like debit cards. Only spend what you have in the bank. It'll help with regards to interest rates and managing the debt. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes circumstances come. And if you have a situation where you're going to have to spend more than what you have in the bank, make sure you have a plan to pay that back so you can manage that debt. The fourth C is coaching. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, coaching, man, that costs us a lot of money. How am I going to get coaching, whether it's group coaching or individual coaching? Now, let me tell you on a personal experience how I get coaching absolutely for free. Guess what? Through social media, I follow specific people that are in positions and circumstances that I want to be in, right? So if you're trying to clean up your credit, and you're looking for coaching and you can't afford to pay someone to coach you on that, then look on social media. You know all those gurus or all those individuals, people like myself, who are giving you free information online to help you with regards to that. Not only that, but you have podcasts, right? For those of you who may not be visual, you have podcasts. Listen to podcasts. Listen to individuals who are speaking on self-improvement, business improvement, credit improvement. That's what I do right now. I don't have the money to pay somebody $20, $30, $40, $50,000 to sit down one-on-one or on a Zoom call or whatnot and to get them on the phone, right? Some of the best coaches out there are going to charge premium prices. But guess what? You can follow these people absolutely for free. Yes, they're not going to be tailoring stuff directly towards whatever your specific issue is, but by listening to them, which is what I do now, it helps me, and I look at those people as coaches by listening to what it is that they're saying. And the last C that I want to talk about is community. Very, very important to get in a community of like-minded individuals doing the same thing that you're doing. What happens with a lot of people in credit repair when you end up giving up, a lot of it has to do with failure, right? You're sending these letters out, you're mailing these letters out, and you're not getting the results that you need. A lot of times being inside of a community of like-minded individuals, look at what is being said. Look at the thresh lines with regards to people. Look at the positive stuff. Look at the negative stuff. A lot of times when you're ready to give up, being part of a community is what's going to help catapult you forward to send that next round of letters or to do that next thing that's been difficult for you that will actually push you over to the next level. Being part of these communities, you can share your experiences, your circumstances, what it is that you're dealing with at the specific time. And a lot of these communities, if you're stuck at a situation, all you got to do is ask in the community. There are so many other people going through the same thing that may have gone through exactly what you have gone through and tell you exactly what you're going to need to do to get to the next level. Those are the 5 C's that you're going to need in order to improve your credit. Let's briefly go over them. Clarity. Understand what it is that you're trying to do. Know what your end game is so that way you can prepare yourself when cleaning up your credit. Number 2, confidence. It's the biggest thing that we all need with regards to everything that's going on. But you got to have the confidence to understand that you're going to be successful with regards to cleaning up your credit. That doesn't mean you're not going to have hard times. It doesn't mean you're not going to have trials, tribulations, and circumstances that's going to hurt you. But you got to have the confidence in order to move forward with regards to at least trying to clean up your credit. 3, competence, right? Confidence is the beginning part. Competence is what you learn from the confidence, right? Once you get out there, you start through trial and error. You see what's working, what's not working, how to build your credit quicker, things that you can do. The more knowledge that you get and understanding with regards to that, the easier things become when cleaning up your credit. 4, coaching, right? If you have the means to pay for the coaching. It's very important to get some type of leadership. It's going to help with the errors, right? If you can get a coach who's been through what you've been through, gone through what you've gone through, and can teach you some stuff to cut corners and to make your situation a lot easier, then that's what you're gonna need. And lastly, a community. Like-minded individuals going through the same thing that you're going through to help you out with regards to that. Now, guess what? I have absolutely for free Credit Complete Pro. This is my step-by-step program teaching you how to clean your credit from start to finish. Get rid of collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, and much, much more. That information's down below. Now, how you get that is by just paying $30 a month for credit monitoring. Use my link down below and you will get access to Credit Complete Pro. Not only will you get the coaching from me with regards to cleaning up your credit and so forth, more importantly, you will get the community. I have a school community, over 1,000 people cleaning up their credit, like-minded individuals with regards to that. Join my private community if you're serious about cleaning up your credit, but understand that this is not a quick fix. It's gonna take time with regards to preparing and cleaning up your credit. The sooner you get started, the better it is. I know how it feels to see phone numbers that you don't recognize and not pick up because you're thinking it's a collection call or a creditor calling you with regards to debt, right? Not being able to leave your voicemail on your phone, right? Because you don't want that creditor to know that they have the correct number. Hiding with regards to your credit, not looking at your credit report, all of these types of things. If you need help with it, I got you covered. sign up down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions about credit or debt, put it down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer that question. And as always, you be great.